When it comes to ARK, the caves play a major role for base spots, so we proudly present top 10 overpowered caves on ARK. This video is sponsored by Azura. Azura is a 25x server with 6-man tribes. With 7 maps, Azura is guaranteed to give you a fun experience like no other. Azura has INSTA TAME, fast breeding rates, boosted rates for solo and duo tribes, and custom supply drops. Azura has an in-game shop but does not allow any pay to win. Azura offers new player protection, turret filler, and a ton of other great plugins. Servers launch today at 5 PM Central Eastern Time, link in the description. And coming at number 10, we have Oil Cave, which can be found at 48.8 latitude and 19.8 longitude, and then here it is on the map. This cave has been known as being one of the most overpowered caves, especially whenever Valguero first came out. Valguero offers this amazing cave in here, not to mention you're never going to run out of oil, but this cave is honestly perfect, with 3x cave damage, which isn't horrible compared to some of the other caves on ARK. This cave has a ton of room, so you can do some dino storage. You can really build a massive base in here, without a lot of people knowing how big or what your base even looks like. And the good news is that you're near a lot of metal spawns, so I'd give this cave a good 7 out of 10. Let's move on to number 9. And coming at number 9, this is Triple Waterfall, found at 28.2 latitude and 48.1 longitude. This can be found on Ragnarok. Now I've gotta say, this is one of Ragnarok's best caves. This is what the cave looks like on the outside, so if you for some reason have troubles finding this cave, that's what it looks like. Now coming inside, there are 2 main entrances, this one which is a smaller entrance and the bigger one, but I feel like the bigger one is not going to be really touched as much, so you're not gonna have to worry about putting too much defense on that one. On the inside, you have all this room, tons of flat room, you have stuff for some water dinos, and then there's a second entrance up top. There's plenty of room in here, and the only issue that I see is being the cave damage, but other than that, this makes for an amazing base spot. And coming at number 8, this is Snow Cave, which is found at 8.7 latitude and 25.5 longitude. This can be found on Fjordor. And this cave is definitely one of my favorites on this map, other than all the big castles that have a few caves and stuff in them. One of the biggest reasons why I love this cave a lot is because it has a similar entrance to a lot of the other really good base spots that are on other maps. And on the inside, it is a big open cave. Yes, it is a snow cave, so it's going to be a little bit colder in here, so living in here is going to be more of a hassle. But other than that, I love the interior of this cave. I love all the little kind of things that ARK has added, like that little castle wall in the corner. And I think that it's a really good base spot and it leads pretty far into the back. There's plenty of room, but then again, it's not big enough for a bigger tribe, so if you're a smaller tribe like I usually play, this spot is perfect for you. And coming at number 7, we have Hidden Grotto Cave, which can be found at 55.2 latitude and 65.7 longitude. This can be found on Aberration, and this, I guess you could call it an underwater cave, as you technically have to go into the water to get into the cave. Now this cave will require you to have a scuba tank or 2 because it's going to take you quite some time to get over to here into the entrance. Now coming inside, you're greeted with this first kind of good sized room. This is going to be your main room where you're going to want a lot of put turrets for turret defense in here, as this is going to be your biggest weak spot in the base. Now coming through this super long hallway, it'll greet you into the base, and then here is a little crouch entrance. The crouch entrance basically brings you into this massive area, and there's literally, it's never ending. I honestly haven't found the end of it. It keeps going through little hallways and little crevices, and it's really nice. But I personally would build up top, kind of near the water, and you can basically expand off of that. But if you're looking for a lot of room and you have a good sized tribe and are trying to stay hidden on Aberration, this is the spot for you. And coming at number 6, this is Scorched Central Cave, which can be found at 58.9 latitude and 48.0 longitude. And here it is on the map, but if you guys did not know of the title of this, this can be found on Scorched. Now, Scorched is a paid map, so for you guys who don't really have Scorched, you gotta pay for it. And a lot of people hate Scorched, so just letting you know that now, if you don't have Scorched, I would not recommend buying it. But anyways, coming through here, you have a nice long hallway that leads you into the main area, and I'm gonna be honest, there really is no main area, it's just all along the cave. Now, after you get to a certain point, after you get through a few of those monuments and all that, you'll be opened up into this little area where you can go through a little crouch entrance, and the crouch entrance opens up into a decently sized area. I mean, it's a good spot. There's a lot of room for building, a lot of room for storing dinos, and in my opinion, this is a really good base spot to live in. And coming at number 5, this is Ice Cave, and this can be found at 29.5 latitude and 32.0 longitude. This can be found on the island, and this is by far my favorite spot on ARK, as just of the location and what all that has to offer on the interior. Now you come through here and you're greeted with I wouldn't say too long of a hallway, but it leads you into this little split, and the split area goes down 2 separate things into a super long crouch area. Now the super long crouch area then leads you into the main area, well, the main of 3 areas, and I love this cave. It's super lit up, there's a lot of room in here. The only downside is it's super cold and you gotta watch out for yetis and all that kind of stuff in here. But other than that, this is definitely my favorite spot, and it comes at number 5. And coming at number 4, we have Pearl Cave, which can be found at 15.6 latitude and 50.4 longitude. This can be found on the center, and this is another one of my favorite spots. This spot can be found on Lava Island, and coming through this little crouch entrance, you're entered into the main part of the cave. Now this cave is enormous. You come through this small little walkway into another little crouch area. And it's not a full crouch area, but it's really similar. I mean, you can't fit anything other than a character through there. Now you come through here and you're greeted with 2 sides. One side goes to a dino storage side and the other side opens up and goes over to the main area side where you're going to be putting your main base and all that. So coming through here, we're going to show off this. You have to go through a nice little water area. After you go through the water area, you're opened up into a massive area, which is mainly just water, but you can build a platform over that and have a ton of room in here. I mean, you can put an entire 50 by 50 base in here easily, and you could fit all of your dinos in here with really no hesitation at all. But this is the whole cave. And coming at number 3, this is Waterfall Cave. It can be found at 46.9 latitude and 39.7 longitude. And here it is on the map. And this can be found on Lost Island. Here's what the surroundings look like, and it's called Waterfall Cave because, well, there's a waterfall out front of it. Now since this cave doesn't have any access technically to get in here, raiding it's not going to be the easiest. Because you can't just walk dinos up to this cave entrance, you have to fly them over. Now as you're inside, there is a ton of room in here, a good amount of flat surface, and you even have a little bit of water in here. Along with that, it makes for a great spot, and I would personally live in here. And coming at number 2, we have Crystal Cave, which can be found at 48.5 latitude and 75.4 longitude on Crystal Isles. This is what the outside looks like, so a little bit confusing, but if you go to the cords, you should be able to see the ruins relatively quickly. Once you see the ruins, just basically follow it in. There's one main entrance and then there's another second entrance off to the left, and it is a lot smaller, so you're gonna have to defend both of these if you build in this cave. Now the inside is just full of just detail. There is tons of ruins everywhere. There's about 4 different layers, including a water layer inside. There's tons of room for you and your tribe to build, and I personally built in here, and it makes for a really good base spot. And coming at number 1, we have Lunar Cave, which can be found at 26.3 latitude and 36.0 longitude. And then there it is on the map. Now this can be found on Genesis 1 in the lunar area, so make sure that you're in the lunar area, as you won't be able to get to it from any other biome on the map. Now Lunar Cave is a really nice cave. It's got a ton of room to build in here, only one main entrance, and it makes for some really fun base defense, as you're literally just floating around fighting people. I mean, how much more fun can it get than that? But anyways, on the inside, you're greeted with a nice open area. You even have a little bit of water on the inside, and there is a ton of room for just really anything that you want to add in here. You don't have to worry about the light being on the outside, as that's not going to hurt you since you're in a cave. Now the good part is you're going to most likely be the only tribe on Lunar if you have this cave, because that is the best way to take over this whole area. And me knowing that I've personally built in Lunar Cave before, it makes for a great base spot. I mean, this has been one of the best base spots that we've ever had, and we did not get raided here for a very, very long time. So if you're looking to build in Lunar, this is definitely the spot for you. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.